Katskee show you out there today?
Yeah, it's great. Great to see first start for us, first home start. It's something that we haven't had a whole lot of, in these type of games. So it was great to see him go out, and especially the response, the great stuff in the first inning, and then it's, you're chasing 2 runs again, and it's, his response though, after we had the long inning that we scored 6, he got the shutdown innings to kind of keep the momentum in our dugout the front half of that game.
What have you seen from Unger? You guys have thrown him a lot in some high, big pressure situations. After not throwing a ton last year, what have you seen from him that's allowed him to make that jump?
Yeah, you can kind of see just how calm he is out there, and his mound presence is really good, and he's been good at attacking the strike zone. He's pretty fearless. I just think that he really matured over the summer, had a great fall for us, and we figured he'd have a role for us, and obviously we're putting him out there in the biggest high-stress situations because, we're going to expect him. He's got 4 pitches he can throw for a strike, and, he's done a really good job in those tense moments.
Is that an example of maybe where the slug gives you a little bit more margin for error in a game like this? Yeah,
it does. Obviously the big swings by Kitchens early in the game, and some of those things, that was the difference, obviously, early, because we didn't punch any runs in, and after that, there's still that batch of runners in scoring position were not good enough, so the slug, if you're going to strike out more than you should, you need a slug to make up for it, and we did that today.
Does what Katskee did continue to, in a good way, give you guys some decisions to make the next couple of weeks, especially?
Yeah, I think there's we're all week to week here. We're just trying to find the best group of guys that can help us win. I think Katskee's certainly a starter profile guy. You saw the 4 pitches he threw today for a strike, and he can give you length because he can keep his pitch count down. First start of the year that went that long. He's a veteran. He kind of knows how to navigate the lineup. We're obviously not going to have him for the weekend now, so have some other guys step up.
It's opening day for you guys. You get the win. What's that like for Big Red?
Yeah, it's just great to be back home. Appreciate those that came out and braved the elements today at a businessman special at 1:30. So, it's always great to get that first one out of the way.
Thanks,
Coach. Yeah.
Not too bad. Yeah.
So I know I think you said before that strikeouts aren't that big a deal to you. What's it mean to get 10 in your first start as a Husker?
It feels good, but at the end of the day, just kind of executing the process and, doing the things I'm supposed to do. That's all it really comes down to, It could be 10, it could be 15, it could be 0, but, I was filling up the zone and pitches were going my way. So, yeah, it's a great day.
What were you commanding the best today? What pitches?
I like to think all of them. There's definitely some that I feel like I could have been better later in the game, but early on, everything was working for me, so just filling it up and giving it my all.
Those long breaks in between those first few innings there, what are you doing to stay mentally prepared, but also, staying warm and being ready to go, after your offense helps you out?
This being my 4th year, kind of the mindset going into those kind of games, like those long innings, they can wear on you a lot, but I've dealt with the trials and tribulations of having to go through something like that. So just get with my guy, Trey Fikes, getting down to the bullpen, helping me stay warm. It makes a world of a difference. But yeah, Tanner's doing a great job, keeping my arm warm with all their stuff. So yeah.
Is there anything that allowed you to kind of settle in, I guess, after basically the start of the second inning? From then on, you're pretty comfortable what it looked like. What allowed you to kind of settle in?
When your offense puts up a 6 spot in the first, that puts you in a situation where I feel like I can go out and just put it all out there. Like give my guys everything I got. I feel like I was definitely high strung the first inning. It was my first outing as a Husker. I've always wanted to be a Husker, so that was a lot. But everything after that, just having a little bit of a lead just gives me and the rest of the guys a chance to do what we do.
Some nerves?
Huh?
Just some nerves?
Of course, nerves. This is exciting. I've wanted to be in this situation my whole life. So yeah. And you mentioned first start as a Husker. You did this at home, getting the first home win of the season for Big Red. What's that mean?
It means everything, more than anything, just to be able to do it with this group. We've harped on it the whole year about how good of a group we have, and I just want everybody to know that it's true. Like I take a bullet for any of these guys. Like this is a team that I'm proud to be a part of.
Can you describe your last couple of weeks? You were supposed to be the Sunday guy, and you got sick or whatever, and what's it been like kind of taking advantage of the opportunities that you have had the last couple of weeks, including?
Yeah, I mean, coming off, my sophomore year getting hurt, ever since then my perspective has kind of shifted of like, I just want to compete and I want to pitch. It doesn't matter if it's a Tuesday, it doesn't matter if it's a Sunday, if it's a Friday. I just want to come out and help my team. I can always be like, oh, maybe I should be starting here or doing this or doing that, but we're winning baseball games. We got 3 great guys going on the weekend. I have the utmost confidence in every single one of them. Like, if this is my role and this is where I sit, then let's do it. I'm here for it. I'm here for Husker baseball and to get wins on the tally board.
Thanks, Cooper.
Yeah,
Thank you, Cooper.
appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Nice home run there in the first inning.
Oh man, just hit it pretty good, and I thought it was going out right away, and he jumped up, and I thought he was going to bring it back, but ended up clearing him by a little bit, and got some runs on the board, which really helped. So, yeah.
Is a day like today when the wind's blowing out to right, are you kind of look in that direction?
Yeah, usually, try to get it in the air because, if you get it in the air a little bit, even if you don't hit it that hard, it's got a good chance to blow out of here, which is a good thing.
Does anything in the approach change when the weather turns, or when you go from playing in Texas and Phoenix to going to playing in Lincoln, Nebraska?
Yeah, absolutely. Wind's a big factor in it. You got a day where you got a wind blowing 20, 30 into your face. It's a low line drive type of day. Try to get on top of the ball, work through the middle of the zone, like all the guys do in the lineup. It's a team effort every single time. It's a little different when you're playing in Globe Life, where it's inside. There's not much wind. All you feel is the air conditioner. But other than that, a day like today, a little crosswind, just try to get under it, work the opposite side of the field, and then back up the middle, and it'll work good for you.
What did you see from Katskee?
That was unbelievable. Unbelievable. He came out, he gave us a really good chance to win. More than a really good chance. Then with Katskee, I've known him forever. We played a little bit of high school summer ball together on our organization. I've always known him as a dog, and last year had a great year, and he picked up right where he left off, which is a great thing for us.
As a hitter, what makes him so hard to go against?
Pitch sequence, curveball. He's got a really good curveball. It just drops in, from spaces, what it feels like. And would you say the stature of him up on the mound, just the way he carries himself and his confidence, that is unbelievable, in a pitcher. And I think our entire pitching staff does that. It's not just him, it's not just Shiasa, it's not just Horn, but it's everyone. And that's really going to help us out. When you got guys up on the mound that want to be up there and are eager to throw strikes and get them back, get their hitters back in the dugout, you're going to win a lot of games doing that.
Thanks, Cole.
Thanks, guys.